Hello everyone, welcome to a review of the Oxford Thesaurus of English by the Oxford University Press. Now this book is absolutely massive. It's a behemoth of a book. Look at my hand. I can stretch the width here, but not the height. Still a lot of space there, and for comparison's sake, I've bought a couple books. We've got the Concise Oxford English Dictionary, 12th edition I believe, and look at that. Just look at that. Dwarfs it. And this book itself is massive. Of course, we've got the dictionary entries. And also another book, just a normal-sized novel, paperback, the Misborn Book 2 by Sanderson. And that is also dwarfed. This is just a regular book on the inside. So, this book is absolutely massive. I don't know how thick it is, but it is rather thick. I haven't measured it. But yes, it is absolutely massive book. So we open up, we have, take off the cover, and you'll see it's hardback. Oxford, Thesaurus of English, Oxford, with the dog here. So, really good hardback. Of course, I think all of these dictionaries, even the concise one up here, is hardback, so I'll put that back on. This is the 3rd edition, published in 2009. So you can see Oxford, Thesaurus of English, 3rd edition, Oxford University Press. So open up, you'll see it's the 3rd edition, 2009. Then we have the contents here with the editorial stuff, the preface, introduction, and the guide. The guide's really useful with the official thesaurus, and the Wordfinder, which is a really good thing that I want to show you. So open up, we have the editorial stuff, just a couple credits. We have the preface, which is really interesting to read if you want to read about the kind of history. And then we have the introduction. And so it doesn't just have synonyms, of course, it has antonyms, word links, or related words. Studies of synonyms with similar meanings, so that's really good if you want to know the slight distinctions between synonyms and choosing the right word that really you're trying to go for. Some pairs of confusable words, really good also. Militate and mitigate, might not know the difference between those two. To me, the first one looks like military, so that's one way to. And then you have the central word finder section. This is really nice. So one thing else, it's not a dictionary, so it won't give you the definitions of words unless it's the choose the right word thing, and it'll actually tell you the distinction between them. That's the person outside. Give synonyms. Yeah. Homonyms. So if they have the same word but a different meaning, there'll be a number that will separate them. So lake, bank, and money bank. Synonyms, illustrative examples. So if it's in bold, if an example is in bold, you can swap out every single synonym given with everything in bold, and it'll be perfect. So she was very attached to her brother. She was very fond of her brother. She was very devoted to her brother. She was very nuts about her brother. Now, in the examples section, when you get a bold text here, that doesn't mean like it's better. It just means it's a sense. So yeah, show you more when we actually get into an actual example. Linguistic evidence, just evidence, idiomatic. So they have phrases too, which is really good. So if you have, say, a phrase like a bit of something, then you would find that under bit, which would have normal synonyms for the word, but also phrases that derive from it. You have registers, standard, informal, regional, and you have all the different types here, dated, archaic and stuff, offensive. Antonyms, word links, word toolkits. These are pretty useful too. They show you like related words also. And you have the whole guide here, so it shows you like the head word. So here we go, here's the bold thing. It's a coarse synonym. The closest synonym Then after that are similar synonyms. And then if you get another bold word, then that's another core synonym. So there's an example of a noun phrase, by the book, which is under book. So he does things by the book. Then you've got the word links. Hominin number. Yeah, we talked about it before. Rhymes, that's good for pronunciation. So you have lead and then you have lead. So that's the difference. Peculiar. Semicolon marks a division in a list for different, there's different meanings. So there's an example of the Choose a Right word section. It's cut off though. Easily confused words, word toolkit. So that's just a way you can kind of construct words, you know. You have organic food, vegetables, waste, that's all stuff that is described as organic. Weapons, warfare, father, mother, diversity, they're described as biological. Organisms, creatures, cells, they're living. So, you know, you could say like biological creatures or organic father, a bit weird, but yeah. So here's the Thesaurus Proper. And it's actually quite useful. You can not only expand your vocabulary, but if you wanted, like, if you're writing something, maybe even a poem, and you want a similar word that fits into the meter, or if you're writing a story and you just want more complex words or more simpler words, these are really good. We choose random. So if someone's aimless, you go in. Purposeless, so that's one. Oh, it's focus properly. Pointless, goalless, etc. We have antonyms. Purposeful. Oh, purposeful. Never mind. Anyway, there's a second meaning. Okay, my focus is off. The huddles of aimless men standing outside the bars. Unambitious. Purposeless, undirected. So one sense is just someone who's... Yeah, honestly, I don't even know. But yeah, so they have examples there. And the examples sort of put the word into context. It focuses once again off. I don't even know what's happening there. So that you can read them and say, okay, that's what they mean by it. And pretty much every single one has an example. So, yeah, it's not focusing. Anyway, choose the right word. Let's go to help then. A good thing about Oxford books, I'm not sure if other books do it, is they do a little marking, little index. If I can focus properly. So we can just count down A, B, C, D, F, G, whatever. We'll just skip into something. G, H, I. No, H will be here then. There we go. Rough treatment. And we have a little thing at the top that shows what the first word and the last word on the page. So we don't need to look at the whole page. We can just kind of, there we go, help. It's at the end. I'm on help. And this is an absolutely massive entry. Go down. You can look at that. They helped with domestic chores. Can you help me please? Assist, aid, lend a hand to. We've got informal, get someone out of a tight spot, so they got her out of a tight spot with domestic chores. British informals, that's a regional label. Muck in with, get stuck with. Antonyms hinder. Using this affinity card helps cancer research, supports, contributes to. So you get all sorts of different senses. Now if we move to the choose the right word section, which is what we came here for, we can see the distinctions between help, aid, assist, and support. So help is a general term, and it makes it easier for someone else to do something or make life more comfortable. When followed by an affirmative, two can be omitted. We can help give these youngsters, or we can help to give. It can be omitted. Aid is more formal context, typically in case of achievement or something. These posters aid employees in the identification of pests. It is often use impersonal abstract subjects and objects. Some additions have been made to text to aid understanding, as an aided in constructions such as computer-aided design. Cis is a more formal term for help. I was brought against them. So they have loads of examples. And it can be used specifically to indicate that someone plays a subordinate part in a joint action. A subcommittee should be appointed to assist the chairman. To support someone is to show someone's approval or agreement. Not even on, the camera isn't even focused on it. And when necessary, to give practical, especially financial assistance. Often the suggestion is that the help provided is important or essential to someone's survival or success. Support is also used to give emotional help and comfort. So they actually do dive into the meanings and the semantics used for the words involved, and they get you to think about what word might be the most applicable. Henceforth, word links, so you have heir, heirs, mean the same thing, successor. Nice word links, hereditary, relating to an heir. Honestly, I didn't know those words were related. Oh, wow. I don't know if they're etymologically related, which is what I never thought of before. Let's see. Here's easily confused, hoard. Very helpful that we landed exactly on this page. So this hoard refers to like a stockpile of things, as it says, cash collection. And of course the other hoard is like a group of people. So a hoard is a secret stock or store of something, as in a hoard of treasure. Hoard, on the other hand, is a disparaging word for a larger group of people, as in hordes of fans descended on the stage. Easily confused words, really nice. What other things do we have? Easily confused, so that's just linking to the other hoard. So for horse, we've got more word links. Equine, hippic, relating to horses. Hippo, we've got a suffix. We've got male horse, female horse, young male, young female, collective nouns, fear of horses, and a British archaic word for a cell of horses, a horse coper or something. Now, that's all for the general thesaurus. It's pretty much all the same, but it's actually really, really nice to get into it and actually expand your vocabulary. But there is another section of the book that I'm excited to show you, and it is this middle section here. Oh, I can't see my finger there. And it is the wordless. So we'll close the book again, and we'll open to the start over here. And this is the Wordfinder. So the Wordfinder. This section contains a word lists that are different to the ordinary thesaurus entries. Instead of giving alternative words that mean the same or similar thing to the word you've looked up, there are two further types. Those in section 1, fascinating words contain words grouped mainly because of their origin or the way they're used, while each list in section 2, thematic lists, give the names of types of a category of things, people, animals. So at the start, there's a very interesting reads. There's like sound effects, there's bodily actions, there's, weird and wonderful words if you want to expand your vocabulary. There's British and American equivalents, those are very nice. If you're like changing something from American English to British English or vice versa, that could be useful. Of course, there is a whole lot more than just vocabulary when it comes to differences between those two dialects. Foreign words, phrases, and these last two are really good. Archaic words and literary words, very useful. There are also, there's a list of Latin, they might be the foreign words and phrases. The thematic lists, the categories like animals, body parts, geography, fashion, and they just list so much shit, so we'll get into it. Go into this next one is the index to the thematic list. These are the kind of things that you'll be seeing. Accents, alloys, alphabets, animals. So you'll see the really common ones in bold. Arachnids, architecture, art, ball games, birds, body, cakes, cats, clothes, dance, drinks, fashion, food, furniture, geography, government types and systems of government. Hebrew alphabet, language and literature, medicine, music, mythology, plants, religion, science, society, sports and games, technology, weapons and armed forces. There's a whole lot more shit too that isn't bold. So go to the next one. This is the first section, fascinating words, I believe. So imitative words, sounds and shit. Bong, a low-pitched sound as of a bell. Boom, a loud, deep, resonant sound, like an explosion. Snip, cut something. So these are all nice words, especially you're writing a story and you want to onomatopoeia and you don't know the exact word you want to use, or you want alternatives to the ones you're trying to use. You can go through here, study it, and you know all these words. Bodily actions, belches, hiccups, snores, snorts. So snort, I thought a snort was like a or some shit like that. Oh, that was a weird sound. But it's actually any explosive sound made by the sudden forcing of breath through the noise. So it's not an inhale, it's an exhale. So that's, I didn't know about that until I read this. Talking lava, blah, blah, blah. Lisp, mutter, squabble, tattle. All those sounds. So these are still noises. Bling, beep, choo-choo, flip, pom-pom. Impacts. Great for writing. Bump, clunk, prang, rap, smack, thump, wham. Music. Blare. Didgeridoo. Back in Australian. Plink, strum, trump, twang, those sorts of things. Animal cries, really good. Sheep, goats, and calves do bleats. Hee-haw from the donkey mule. The cats have mew, meow, meow. Cattle have moo, snarls, all these things. Animal names, cricket, because grasshoppers make those sounds, I guess. Gecko. Bird calls, caw, rook and a crow, cluck, hen, so you've got all this. Weird and wonderful words, these are just funny words. Let's see if we can find constellate, together in a cluster or group, constellation kind of. Deedy, industrious sort of thing. It's pretty funny. All very, I've been through it. Habit, Scottish, exhausted, slang else. So they're all words you've maybe never heard of. You would have heard of some of them, like saudade. I think that's Portuguese. Or yeah, there we go. Feeling of longing or melancholy that's supposedly characteristic of the Portuguese or Brazilian temperament. So it's like melancholy and shit. British and North American. So left is British, right is North American, as it says. And we're back in the fucking space. Anyway, we gotta hurry along because I don't have much space. Useful words for puzzles and games. 2-letter words. There are a lot more 2-letter words than I realized there are. A lot of them. 3-letter words containing X or Z. So they use for games. Words containing Q not followed by U, so not from Latin. Chi, you've got a lot of Arabic stuff because they have the sound. Words of up to 8 letters beginning with X, so that's really useful. Now we're on to the second section of the Wordfinder, and this is the largest section. You'll see it takes up this massive chunk, and it is the thematic list. You have themes, you have categories and types, and it lists them all. You can see, just from an example here, animals, amphibians. So it just lists all these phonemes, newts, frogs, salamanders, all the different types. It doesn't list all of them. They're not exhaustive. It's not an exhaustive list. But they list, and not even necessarily the most common. They just kind of list as many as they can without it being too much. We have a lot of birds. Jays, cuckoos, crows, moas, which are extinct, plovers, shrikes. So they say the moas are extinct because then if you're writing a story and you just want to put a random bird in, you don't accidentally do something that's extinct if you're setting it in Earth, modern day. So you've got different animals, crustaceans, dinosaurs, dogs, fish, fossils, insects, there's lots and lots of animals, lots and lots of them. And this is also good collective names for animals. So they know It's from a book called Sports and Pastimes of England, or at least most of them. And so they might not have had a lot of currency, might not have actually been used, it might have just been made up, but it is a kind of traditional list. Shrewdness of apes, a herd or pace of asses, which are donkeys, I presume, sloth of bears, a flock of flight or pod of birds, a chattering dew of a murder of ravens or whatever, crows I think it is. Well, okay, so they're sorted alphabetically by the animal, not by the collective name, which is actually good. It's a lot easier when you're looking for words. So you'd have a pride or a sort of lines. I've never heard of that before. Where are crows, though? That murder of crows. So they do have that. Do they have a school of fish? A shoal or a run of fish. So maybe I'm wrong, or maybe they just haven't included it. Maybe it wasn't in this book. It was 19th century, so... Litter or herd of pigs. I think you have a litter of cats as well. No, you don't. No, dogs, I mean. Sorry. Where are dogs? Pack or kennel? No. Alright. Oh, no. Litter of kittens. So I think I'm getting confused there. Also a Kindle. Huh. Is that where they get the like, little book reader, electronic book reader from? And we have animals' homes. These are good. So we have the kennel for a dog, a byre for a cow, an anthill for an ant, a den for a bear. These are nice architectural terms. Parts of a church. Parts of theatre, windows, rooms, homes. So these are really good. If you're writing a story and you just want a place to where the protagonists are fighting and they shoot something down or something. And you could say that they could walk down the aisle, they shot down the house lights, stuff like that. You have art stuff, painting techniques, body, bones, parts of the ear, parts of the eye, glands, heart, muscles, veins. Early humans did the human. Don't think so. They have Heidelberg, Nutcracker. This is 2009. I don't know when they discovered the children. Clothes, very, very useful. You're writing out characters, and you need clothes for them to wear. Dresses, very nice. Footwear, headgear, shirts, skirts, ties, trousers, underwear, all of them. Dances, ballet steps, position, drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, fashion. You've got colours, really nice. Now, if only they had the actual colours with them. Fabrics and fibres, sewing techniques, jewellery, food, different types of food, very good. Cereal, cheeses, fruits, herbs, meals, stuff, sausages, vegetables, vitamins, furniture, geography's really nice. There's both climactic zones, winds, administrative districts, if you're word building, you know what to do about that, districts, language and literature, so now you know all the names of the punctuation marks, the accents. You've got the Greek and Hebrew alphabets, very useful. Well, not useful if you're just an average person, but very useful for someone like me who loves the Greek alphabet, loves Hebrew. If you're also into the Bible, you might want that as well. You might want to decode them. Rhetorical devices and figures of speech, you might want to individually search them up and learn more about them. Types of writer, types of poem, verse forms, types of story novel, medicine branches, you've got physical conditions, viruses, phobias, really nice because they show what the phobia is of. It's a phobia of sound, acousticophobia, telephonophobia, operations, removal, they actually say what's been done, removal, repair, stuff like that, surgical instruments, medication types, music genres, jazz genres, musical forms, directions, and they actually, it's the Italian term and the translation too. So andante, moderately slow, very nice, very nice. They've got continuing on, string instruments, lots of instruments, instrumentalists, so if you're a cello, you're a cellist, clarinet, you're a clarinetist, types of singing voice, singer, mythology, this is a very short section unfortunately. They just have a list of creatures, nymphs, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Plants, a lot of plants, trees, shrubs, cacti, religion and sex, Christianity. There's a section for denominations, I think it's just right here. A lot of denominations, priests, so they have all the name, ancient Roman augur, flamen. They're very nice if you're setting a story in ancient Rome or even in ancient like Ireland and Wales. You'd have all that. I've never heard of it before. It sounds Roman. Well, Romans did come over, right? They did interact and conquer like England and shit. Places of worship, prayers, religious orders of Christianity, religious clothing, really good if you want to describe nuns and shit. Science, you have the periodic table, which is very nice. Types of metals, chemicals. They don't do it by order of, electrons or something? Neutrons? I don't know. It's been so long and I can't get chemistry, so they do it in alphabetical order. They do say if something's a metal or radioactive by the little thing on the side. Types of chemical compound, acid, gases, minerals, rocks, gems, oils. Society, political philosophies, types, and they actually say what kind of type is, autocracy by an absolute ruler, stuff like that. Rulers, titles, nobles, noble ranks and shit, police officers and forces, types of lawyer, punishments, research that out, taxes, currency units, really nice, coins, copper and shit, relatives, restaurants, schools, seller of goods, they say what they're selling, really nice, fruiter, specialist shops, also bakery, bread and cakes. Enthusiasts and collectors, they show what they're, so if you sell cars or collect cars and motorbikes, you're a petrolhead or motorhead, that's the band. Yeah. Sports and games, athletic events, blah blah blah. Suits of cards, they have tarot as well. Technology, alloys, clocks, computer parts, types of computer program. Yeah, that's really nice. Explosives, lamps and lights. They have shapes, units of measurement, torture instruments, motor vehicles, cars, parts of cars, roads, stuff like that. This is incredibly long. Weapons and armed forces is the very last section, isn't it? Types of soldier, very nice, especially if you're doing a historical novel. Shot, projectile weapons, personal weapons, bayonet, knife, mace, rapier, saber, parts of pseudo armor. And that's the end, word K. Choose the right word. Keen is used of sensitive and powerful perception, both physical and mental. The impressions or attitudes from keen mental perception are intense. Someone whose physical mental perception is acute can detect small details that are not readily apparent to others. An acute observer can produce acute criticism, identifying central issues, making specific points about them. Penetrating eyes may or may not have good sight, but they look as though they can see through you. Penetrating mind allows one to see deeply in problem. Interesting. Yes, so that is the book. It is incredibly useful if you are a writer or a poet, or you just want to expand your vocabulary. This was around fucking $80 to $90, and it took 3 to 6 weeks. Depends on who you're buying from. I bought this from the Nile, which is it's a legit store. It gave me this and another book by Stephen Fry, so it's legit, but they use Aramex, and Aramex is kind of dodgy. I've heard bad shit about them. So the Nile sometimes, the Nile.co.nz, they will have earlier shipping times than Mighty Ape or Whitcoulls or other bookstores. But yeah, they use Aramex and it's dodgy. So, buy at your own peril or something. So that is the Oxford Thesaurus of English. This absolute behemoth of a book. Look at that. Thick. How many pages? It's actually not got that many. It's like 600 or so. 988 So it's not only massive, each page is thick. The Concise Oxford English Dictionary here, each page, this has like probably more than 900, like 1,000 or so, maybe 2,000, probably 1,000. Yeah, 1,682. So this has more pages, but I think is less thick. And that is because these pages are really, really thin. So if I show you this, you can actually see behind them. Yeah, you can see behind them. These pages feel like a Bible. Really thin. Whereas this one, these pages are thick and enduring. I don't know if the Oxford Dictionary of English, which is the counterpart to this, and is this but much larger, I don't know if that is also as big and as thick. But this is a lot more thick, and the pages are quality. You're not going to accidentally rip them, and it smells nice. That's also a factor of a book. This book started smelling nice. You leave it out a couple of days, and it doesn't smell as nice. This smells nice. It's thick, it's enduring, it's useful. If you want to expand your vocabulary, you want to know the distinction between words, similar words, very, very useful. I would give this a recommend. You don't even need to have it have a certain use for it. Like if you're a writer, you don't even need to be a writer to find use of this. But I wouldn't make it as urgent a purchase if you aren't one or don't have a use for a book such as this. But if you have the money to spare, you're just looking for something to read, I would recommend you get that. So that's the end of my review. Thanks for watching. Sorry if I bored you a bit. But yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.